Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm with Adamo for the pre-match hangout ahead of Chievo-AC Milan match that will start in a few minutes at the Bentegodi Stadium. Of course, AC Milan looking for their second win in a row after picking up a very good result against Cesena last weekend. Of course, nothing goes alike for Chievo, where they actually dropped some very valuable points against Empoli 3-0 last weekend. And this match will really just be there to show what AC Milan is made of, if they can continue their winning streak or not, because really only has been twice this season where AC Milan picked up 2 wins in a row. So the stats are not very good, but let's hope the stats actually prove us wrong and we do go for the second win in a row today. Let's start off, however, with the starting lineups, because AC Milan will be going with a 4-3-1-2. Very similar formation to what we saw against Cesena last weekend. However, Diego Lopez will be back from suspension and he will be starting. Bonera, Bocchetti, Alex, Antonelli is the defense. In the midfield, it will be made up De Jong in the middle, Montolivo and Poli, the trequartista Bonaventura, and up front, Desto and Menez. Just a few questions for you, Adamo. First off, of course, we spoke a bit about it in the match preview. Cerci wouldn't be included in the starting lineup with Inzaghi, of course. Once again, we see it today. He's not even included in the starting lineup. However, he did say that things have cleared up and the two parties came to an agreement and they're okay with it. What do you think about his exclusion in the starting lineup once again?
Well, I don't really think he should be starting anyways, because I don't think a professional player, although he does have a point, shouldn't really be acting up in that sense. So I think it makes sense that he hasn't been playing today. Maybe he can get his chances on another day, but today doesn't really seem like the proper day to play Cerci after his kind of outburst that wasn't, although it was kind of expected, but it's not something that you really should do, as it causes havoc in the dressing room. So it's not a surprise by me, but hopefully, things go well in the future.
Yeah, well said, well said. And hopefully we could see him maybe a few minutes in this match. Let's hope the situation goes straight away for Milan and we get the 3 points right off the bat, and we don't really need him to come in the match and change the outcome of the match. But another thing I want to be talking to you about is the midfield made up of De Jong, Poli, and Montolivo, a very strong midfield that we saw last weekend against Cesena that performed very well. And usually when we see this lineup and this midfield, especially the midfield, we get very good results. Can this be the case once again against Chievo? What do you think about the De Jong, Montolivo, and Poli trio?
I think it's definitely a possibility that can help us get the win today, because arguably it's our best midfield that we can have. We mentioned it a couple times. As long as Cesena and Muntari aren't in the lineup, I'm pretty happy. So hopefully this midfield does give us a nice advantage over Chievo, as it should be a stronger midfield than they have, as I saw their lineup, and it's kind of odd. But yeah, hopefully it can secure us the win, and it is a very, very solid midfield, with Poli being the box-to-box mid, Montolivo, the playmaker, hopefully he's not out of form still, and De Jong being the kind of lumberjack, I guess you could say. So it's overall a very balanced midfield.
Yeah, and speaking a bit about that Chievo lineup, very big surprise there not to see Palowski starting for them. He's actually their top scorer with 4 goals this season, and he will be starting from the bench. Of course, one of their main players, and I was actually looking forward to see him play today. But I understand really the exclusion to see Palowski in the starting 11. Maybe it's some tactical idea, but other than that, Chievo will be going with a 4-4-2. It's quite balanced, I guess, a 4-4-2. You can really say they're playing a bit more defensive, and Milan should have a bit of trouble breaking into that midfield, as we have seen against bottom teams. So it's really going to be something to from the entire team, a collective effort here, because we have to see the midfields try to create something, of course, and Destro Menez hopefully gets served right, because we haven't seen Destro getting served really last game against Cesena, and hopefully that will change today, and hopefully we'll get on the score sheet like we saw him doing against Empoli. Now, Adamo, you left a prediction on the match preview. Will you stick to that prediction, or you have changed your mind after the starting lineups?
I'm gonna have to say it's gonna be a 2-0 win to Milan. It won't be an easy game, because Chievo are somewhat of a boring team. Well, they'll be hard to really break down for Milan, as you mentioned. We can't really break down lower level teams, which is kind of odd. but I think Milan will have trouble to break them down. But I think they'll find the areas in the final third where Destro will probably pop out of nowhere and get like somewhat of a header or maybe a tap in. But I think those are the goals that we might have to score today, or maybe long range goals, because Chievo are going to be hard to break down. Hopefully I'm right and we do get the 2-0 win. I don't know if Chievo will score against Milan. Our defense is pretty solid on paper, but hopefully Inzaghi organized them well on the pitch, so I'm going to go 2-0 to Milan.
Perfect, perfect. And let's hope that Milan do solve the match very early, because we don't want to wait until the second half where things really start getting tense and harder for the team. The longer the game goes, being tied, or hopefully we won't be down a goal, but the worse the situation will be. So let's hope we really get into the match from the get-go. Avoid very stupid mistakes, because that is important to do. And let's hope we get the 3 points. Let's hope we start off the match in the right way. And, of course, not sit back if we get into the lead. Now, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Rossoneri TV, because after the match, we will have, of course, the match review, fan reactions, and much more content, everything that we'll analyze and cover Chievo, AC Milan afterwards. So be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter if you guys want, of course, frequent match updates, as we always post there. So see you guys after the match, of course, with the fan reactions and match review. Enjoy the match, everyone, and as usual, Forza Milan.